I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
I love it.
And we're back for another installment of After Hours. We made it through the weekend in Montgomery, Alabama. No one died. Everyone's still with us. Lee is on an airplane back to Australia, and I think he might be chiming in on the chat in the comment section. And we have with us Greg Valentino, who made it back. And you were in Connecticut, and Larry, you didn't go, but it was a really great weekend, Greg. I really enjoyed hanging out with you the whole weekend, and I still am friends with you, which is a great thing. You know?
Well, that's because you and I were the targets of Lee.
You know, I said it on the show, yes, because Lee was on Heavy Muscle Radio with Chris and I last night, and I said, Lee, I figured Lee out, and I'm gonna monetize Lee's talents. His talents are breaking balls.
Oh my God.
If you can handle 3 days in a row with Lee Priest and you can make it out of that and still be smiling, then you know what? You can handle anything that social media can possibly throw your way. There's nothing you can. So I'm going to be charging $10,000, Lee and I. You get to spend 3 days with Lee Priest. If you make it through it without crying, giving up, or leaving early, then you get a certificate from Lee certifying you as a social media worthy contender. You can go and then nothing will bother you on social media whatsoever.
Dude, that first night with him when he was busting your balls, it was brutal. It was brutal.
The first night, he busted my balls the whole weekend. What are you talking about?
He did, but then after he got on me because of that whole freaking thing where I'm ordering the food, holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
What happens if you bust his chops in the middle of it?
Oh, my God.
He rolls with it. He rolls with it. He's immune also. You see, the problem is when we all hang out, we all have to pretend that nothing bothers us, because otherwise, if you do, then you're like the guy who loses. You know,
you know what he reminds me of? You ever watch the movie Unforgiven? You be William Muddy. You know, remember the guy? Remember in that movie? What's his name there? Clint Eastwood.
Yeah,
he's like a mellow guy, normal guy, drinking. He drinks, the crazier he gets, and by the end, he's the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys are aware. Did you know, Larry and Armand, that Greg had his gallbladder removed?
There he goes already. Look.
Did you know that Greg had his gallbladder removed, guys? I don't know if you were aware of that.
I'm a little upset because Lee never offered to, give me his gallbladder. Maybe have,
Guy's sister Nino offered his kidney to Flex Wheeler. So
I saw that. Is he serious?
I think he is. Yeah, Guy is a serious guy. I mean, serious. No pun intended. But Guy is a very giving person, and he doesn't. Whatever he says is 100% accurate.
Man, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
But I'm friends with Lee, and he wouldn't offer me his gallbladder.
Well, you don't really need a gallbladder, but Flex needs a kidney, so you can live without your gallbladder.
I know, I'm only kidding. That's.
But it has to be a match anyways.
Kidney?
Well, I think Guy offered it assuming he's a match, but even if he's not, a lot of times they have these trade things where you can trade. Like if Guy donates a kidney, someone else who is a match for Flex will give the kidney to Flex. It moves them up the list and stuff. So
my client Dave, I had a client come right from Matt Jensen, and he came straight from Matt. He was already sick.
Right.
He was in kidney failure, and he was thrown up like a week after he hired me, and I took him off everything he was on. But he had I said go to the ER, whatever, and he was in kidney failure. He got out. I think I told it, but he had family in Iraq. and he flew there, and he paid $20,000 and got a kidney right away.
Yeah, you can buy organs over there. People will sell you their organs.
You'd rather get a young kidney than from another juice head. Look at Leroy. Next time I'll offer you mine.
No,
it's sad, but it probably was from a kid. Some kids,
well, you never know. But a lot of times, there's different kind of. You want a live donor is a better way to get a kidney because it's someone who is alive and the kidney is vital and something that sometimes they, when you get a cadaver kidney, like someone who passed, sometimes they're not as good, and they don't last as long. So it's, a live donor is always a better choice.
My boy,
Danny, now they're making them from pigs.
Danny.
Are they really?
Yeah. The first artificial ones made from pigs.
Oh, I haven't seen those yet.
Those are like special pigs.
They're like growing kidneys in pigs, like human kidneys.
Something to do. They grow the pigs in a special thing where they're sterile and everything's sterile in it, and the pigs are kept super clean.
Right.
I guess because they're the closest match to humans as far as organs.
I wonder why they can't grow a human kidney inside of a pig, though. You know how that we could put like the progenitor cells in there.
Well, it's something to do with that, and then they do the what is it called? That like the laser.
Funny.
And they make it.
Yeah. You guys see about that lamb? They made it. They grew that lamb like in a bag. Basically, what they're trying to do is kids that are born like prematurely. They would put them in this thing, and they would eventually stay there for whatever 6 weeks, a couple months, whatever, until they're fully developed. It was pretty crazy. It's like, but it was their first time ever. I think it was like less than a month ago. They grew a lamb out of. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
As amazing as that sounds, it pales in comparison to the news I just heard that Greg Valentino just had his gallbladder removed.
You didn't know that, John?
No. Where was I?
Greg,
I had no idea.
I can't believe you haven't shared that with anyone, Greg.
He was
That's terrible.
on the street. He is.
Do you feel Greg? You feel normal? Like a couple of my clients they didn't feel really much.
I don't feel any different at all, really. To be honest, I feel normal. I do until I'm around.
You're around us.
You're normal, but you're not normal. Yeah.
Yeah, but wait a minute. When I ordered that food, you guys were going all nuts on me. I wasn't the gallbladder. It's actually the pancreas because I'm out eating foods that I normally don't eat. Even what guys don't understand is that I'm eating like fucking bacon and sausage.
No,
and
it's not that we care that you customize the order. Here's the problem, Greg. You have to give the waitress your health history before you place the order. He's got to tell her he had a gallbladder removed, he's diabetic, he had throat cancer, and then he puts in the order. By the way, I need a hamburger with no bun. That's the order.
Right. But not that he could remove the bun himself.
It's
like when it gets to the table.
That's
it has to be done by a
why he's not having the bun.
Right, it has to be done by a professional back in the kitchen to cleave the bun from the hamburger. It's like a chemical process, and it can't be done at the table because somebody might get blind.
Lee's like, and now it's the pancreas.
Dude, Dave, even though I wasn't eating I was trying to not to eat a lot of carbs because my sugar out there, because I'm eating bacon and sausage.
No, I understand.
My sugar was fucking 300, and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm popping insulin out there. You know what I mean?
Right, but the waitress, it wasn't important that the waitress know your health history before you put the order.
We were in that fucking.
There were 14 of us in this restaurant.
Yeah, that was
minutes to place that hamburger without the bun order.
But that was the other thing. There wasn't just 4 of us. It was 14 of us.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm like sitting there. I'm almost at the end.
I was so hungry, John. I was starving.
Remember, I asked you, "Did we order yet?" And I was down again on the table, and Valentino is holding a dissertation with the waitress.
What it was everybody was hungry, but the guy kept saying to me, "So wait a minute, okay, you're gonna have the burger, but not the bun." I'm like,
That's why I kept yelling at you. You pulled the same crap in the hot dog place. I said, just get it normal and take the fucking bun off. Why do you have to complicate these waitresses and waiters?
I don't want to waste the bread, dude. Did you see what that place looked like?
You feed it to the ducks outside. Wait, it's a hamburger bun, for God's sakes.
It was like a dead mouse in the bathroom, and that place. I was like telling Jimmy the Bull. I'm like, bro, did you see that bathroom? I go in the bathroom. I can't believe we ate in that place. There was like a lump of grease. They were cooking with lard on the grill.
But Greg, it was the history. It was 150 years old. The place.
I get it, but I don't think they cleaned it.
Fucking had a hot dog there. Okay,
and you didn't read the sign. One of the attributes of the place is that it has not been cleaned in 150 years.
Years.
Only restaurant in America that's still operating, never having been cleaned ever. That's part of it.
No idea. It was bad, bro. Dave, I can't believe we ate a fucking food. That place was so dirty. It was
Greg, I haven't had a hot dog in 40 years. That was my first hot dog, and I got news for you. Chris's hot dogs weren't that great. Coney Island, it blows them away. But it was the history of the place.
Even Jimmy, these fucking hot dogs suck. You know what I mean?
Like Jimmy didn't even finish.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's a hot dog connoisseur. But I was trying to tell the guy, I don't want the bun because I didn't want to waste food, like throw it away. You know.
Out of all the places you guys did, what is
a hamburger bun is not a big deal to throw away.
It's as old as Greg's Gold. I had to do that though.
We didn't do a food challenge. The food challenge was eating the hot dogs. That was our challenge.
No, the food challenge was Greg ordering.
That's true. That's true.
That was the challenge.
Out of all the cities you guys have been to, like I know I have my cities. What does the Montgomery rank as like the worst? What's the worst cities y'all ever been to?
I ranked it very high.
I like Montgomery a lot, actually.
Montgomery was but it's definitely not.
It was great. The people were awesome, nice, and the place was clean, spotless. It was one of the coolest things I've ever been to.
Lee's like,
I would say
arms exploded using the same needle.
That's another thing.
And now he's into clean.
He kept telling bums on the street, do you know his arms exploded? He nearly doesn't have a gallbladder.
You couldn't beat Lee because every time like you try to put him down, he would come back with something worse. Like Greg would be trying to break Lee's balls, and he'd be like, you know, this guy's arms exploded, and he's trying to put me down.
I know.
Like, what do you mean his arms exploded?
No, Lee would involve the innocent public.
I liked when he was going after you. He had bums go tell that guy right there, say, Dave, you suck. And the guy's like, Dave, you suck. And Dave's going, Lee's an angry drunk. I don't want to be around.
He's a nasty, angry drunk. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, man, the worst.
He gets so nasty. It's unbelievable.
But it's great.
It was funny, though. When he was on your ass.
Remember, he was calling Tyler a cancer patient. He was trying to raise money for him. He's like, he said, because Tyler has a condition called alopecia, so he lost all his hair, including his eyebrows. So Greg, Lee was trying to tell people he was a cancer patient and that he needed to raise money to pay for his dog. I said, what about Tyler's girlfriend? He's like, oh, she'll find some other cock someplace else. Because I'm worried about his dog. That's all.
But what about those two drunk ladies in the crosswalk? And she's telling them that she's wearing her.
Oh, by the way, Lee is divorced now too because of that weekend.
And how she's
join the club, Lee.
I watched that one clip, I think, and that was enough for me. Where all the pizza and the black ladies.
I think Lee climbing up the stairs on the with holding the banister for like a life rail.
Yeah, that was pretty funny too.
It was funny.
I was cackling like a banshee in that thing. One thing I got to tell you guys, that was the best ab workout I have ever had.
Oh, from laughing? Yeah.
From laughing.
But the ball bust.
They're still sore, literally.
And what about when he was kicked? He had Jimmy so drunk.
Yes.
I never seen Jimmy.
Look at him and Jimmy. They can't walk the steps. And unfortunately, this was right before the seminar.
Right.
Before
this
the seminar? I have no idea.
was walking into the seminar.
Yeah.
But what was funny was he would tell Jimmy, like, Jimmy, I'm fucking on the battlefield. I'm dying, Jimmy. Save me. The Taliban's coming. Drink. And Jimmy would drink. And poor Jimmy, his eyes were slits. If you talked to him, he couldn't even talk.
The difference is that Jimmy knows how to hold his alcohol.
Right.
Oh, he was holding it in his hand with a glass. That shit was funny.
That's Mr. G's son right there. Yeah.
This shit was
I just bring a bottle of GHB for y'all and
Lee would have been dead if you would have brought a bottle of GHB.
Oh my God, that much alcohol? Are you kidding?
He would have just swigged it down like it was like an iced tea.
I never saw anybody drink a Long Island iced tea that fast.
No, I know.
think Lee holds the.
They were fucking huge too. They were just big.
Yeah, people. I swear to God, it was 1 second the straw was in his mouth, the next second the drink was gone.
Right.
And then you know what he'd do? He would drink Jimmy's drink, where Jimmy would turn around.
Right.
All right. I want to play a video that has not aired yet. And as you guys know, we've been, talking with Mr. G about his MMA debut. And, we couldn't find a contender for him, right? Because he has such limited, it has to be someone who's never had a fight before. And, we thought Mr. G would never fight. So we found him a contender in Alabama. It's Michelle, our promoter's son, and Chase. And
Great Chase.
I'm going to play. This is never been seen before. I'm going to play the video. And we're debuting it right here on After Hours.
Wow.
Mr. G's MMA debut. Here we go. Ready? Hold on. All right.
knock his lights out.
Put your hips in.
Seriously, knock his lights out.
Right.
Oh, really hard.
You got mad at me. You got mad at me.
Mr. G.
I know what I'm doing. In the red corner, wearing the red pants and the shining silver shirt, accompanied by a big black glove. Please welcome to the ring, Shinsuke. And in the blue corner, he is pacing around frenetically, seemingly a little nervous. Perhaps joined by a certain Mr. Wilson in his corner, wearing black and fighting out of Nick Catone's mixed martial arts in the pink picture. Hatred has been taking this way too seriously. Ding, ding, ding. Need a referee. Ladies and gentlemen, it is over!
Yes.
Mr. G lost his debut, his MMA debut.
In the first
Any
round.
words on your illustrious victory?
Hell, that's fine.
That was fun, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
After getting your world absolutely rocked.
Mr. G looked like he was going to have a heart attack. He was so winded
In
from
the
that.
silver shirt. What are your words? What are your thoughts? What exactly is going through your mind after this heavy, heavy defeat?
All George has to say is,
Mr. Wilson.
First, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ
Yeah, he didn't help
for
you
bringing me
here.
here. Without him, nothing could be accomplished. You give me the energy to train.
No rematch.
Are you going to take that from Mr. Palumbo?
Dave, this is my skit. Get the hell out of here. If you're ruining it, don't talk to Triple H.
Did you know that
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of this corner in the
Yes.
white t-shirt, Dave.
Get in there.
It's all come to this. It's all come to this.
Did you know that Greg had his gallbladder removed?
And he's the only Italian that doesn't go.
Highly irrelevant information by Mr. Palumbo.
Of course, he has to ruin every skit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've explained the rules. Mr. Palumbo walking away once again. All right. I mean, that's
that's funny. You stole Lee's line. But you
We
guys,
were all using that line the whole
at the
weekend.
beginning of the week, it was Dave, and then it was me, and Jimmy too. You know what I'm saying? Me, Jimmy, and Dave. Jimmy, I'm dying. I'm on the fail. Jimmy, hurry up, drinking, shoving the drinks, and Jimmy's like, no more. All of a sudden, the drink comes back, and he's like, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you guys saw
Greg, are you the
that.
only one that didn't drink?
I don't drink. If you saw these guys, you know why I don't drink.
Lee said, Lee blasted me. He's like, you don't drink, but you shoot 10. Oh, I said that. You said you shoot 10 cc's of test propionate into your arms 3 times a week.
But he won't drink.
They did.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Did you see that belt that Chase had over that John put over Chase's back?
Yeah.
He had 7 belts like that were made for the Body B1 Classic, and we all signed all the belts, all us whack packers, and then they raffled them off at this after party. That's what we were at, the after party, and Greg's girlfriend won one.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's already been. I see it's already on eBay. I think it sold for like $2,000 already.
I wish it did.
I think I caught her trying to steal another belt too. So she tried to steal Chase's belt. I think.
I gave Chase my belt.
I know. I think his girlfriend stole that belt from Chase.
Oh man.
Who's going? No, my girlfriend won the belt. She didn't take. Chase has that. Chase has his own.
I think.
Yeah.
At least no one got arrested. No,
no one got arrested. We were well behaved. And
but Lee got molested. Lee got molested when he was out in the street with those chicks. Remember, they're like filling him up and everything.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think we're allowed to talk about that. Lee, we're not allowed to talk about that, right, Lee?
Oh, sorry, Lee.
By
the way, Lee, I think we're even now. I think
she has the girl had one tooth in her mouth. She was probably older than me.
Remember that thing you had on me? Well, I got that thing on you now, right? So I think we're even.
Hey, my friend one of my ex-friends used to love girls like that. Like that, like I'm serious. Like he could get whatever girl
she had depends on.
And
admitted to having depends on.
He used to pick up girls that were, it's sad, like Down syndrome, and I mean, like.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a little depraved.
Yeah, it was a little twisted.
That's wrong, though, to me. You know what I mean? That's like that's your rape. Somebody like Down syndrome. I would kill the guy if I saw him do that. That's wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Larry, I gotta tell you something. I have to tell Larry something. I have to take my glasses off for this. Larry, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but I don't want to upset your day or anything like that or ruin your night. Greg had his gallbladder removed. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I heard like 10 times.
You did. Okay.
You don't know. Out there, I was brutalized with that. I couldn't even. Anytime I talked to a waitress, they'd stop. Do you know that this guy had his gallbladder? I couldn't. It was unbelievable.
No, you know what it is. Is like if that gallbladder had to come out like for an emergency, all right? And I'm in front of you trying to, order my lollipop with the paper taken off of it, okay? Because I'm trying to explain to the lollipop purveyor that I have a condition that prevents me from being able to grab plastic and peel it off a lollipop. Meanwhile, you're dying, hemorrhaging, and your gallbladder's got to come out. And I am going over the finer points of lollipop unraveling with the purveyor. So that's pretty much what it was like for us while we were ordering lunch.
Lee said I said it more. You know what's funny? I was telling them my sugar because of my fucking, because I have diabetes. The diabetes was terrible. My fucking sugar was like 350 and shit. My girlfriend had the kit with her. I'd be like popping the insulin, like just to get that shit. I wasn't even eating carbs, because I'm eating all this other shit.
But Greg, do you want to know something? The waitress doesn't give a shit. She really doesn't.
I didn't have to tell her. Lee told her.
You don't travel much though, Greg, do you? Like out of town?
No, I'm like a homebody kind of guy. You know what I mean? It's a travel.
You know what? You were really okay with it. I don't know why you don't like to travel. You weren't stressed out.
You wasn't alone.
You weren't driving me crazy to get to the airport early. You were kind of very mellow about the whole thing. I don't know why you don't like to travel.
Because he had a chaperone.
Oh, because his girlfriend did everything? Is that
what do you think? He can be able to do that on his own?
So my girlfriend's great.
I gotta book the girlfriend with him from now on anywhere we go.
Because while he's busy talking about his gallbladder, then she gets everything done.
By the way, Dave, if you saw my leg, I trained my legs yesterday. They're probably an inch bigger than when you saw them.
I bet.
My legs fucking.
Yeah. By the way, Lee signed all his room's charges off on my bill room bill. Did you know that?
Yep.
But the promoters paid for that, though, right?
Well, it was on my credit card. I gave Michelle. I said, "Here, Michelle, you see this? I didn't charge you anything. It's all Lee Priest on here."
Oh my God, that was the best. We would eat and stuff like that. And charge it to Dave. I would have Lee sign it because you wouldn't recognize his. He would just sign it like this.
Boy,
Dave, you look like you put on about 20, 30 pounds. You look pretty jacked.
Who, Dave?
I think that's why I'm an AFib this morning.
Dave looked pretty jacked. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You know what, Armand, is the truth. No matter how good you think you look, I'm ripped and everything. I got muscle. I put some.
That's
muscle.
what I said, Lee.
It doesn't matter how good you look.
I told
Next to Lee Priest, it's like you just want to walk away because
like
the guy's
you never went
arms
to the
are like
gym.
24 inches. They're retarded, and he's got the big freaking calves. He's just such a genetic. His hands, right, John?
Yep.
His hands, they're little. He's got little fingers, but you get these muscles on his hands that look like 2 biceps he's got on each side of his palms. He's an absolute myostatin negative.
Did he ever get the test for the myostatin negativity?
He should, because there's no way that kid's got
I
myostatin.
bet he is.
Dave, let me just say something because Lee's saying here. I told Lee to sign it, so he didn't. He didn't. He signed his own, but I told him sign it to Dave.
Yeah.
So there you go.
He could do. Why doesn't he guest pose, like shave, do a spray tan, and go guest pose?
He definitely needs to shave. He's the hairiest fucker I've ever seen. It's unbelievable.
He's serious.
He's lucky he's got blonde hair. Because
He don't got that light hair.
I don't shave my legs. When he said to me, when he saw my legs are jumping, and they weren't even trained. He said,
you
guys
hardly have any hair in your legs, though.
Right. I'm not a hairy guy. I can't even grow like a beard and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not hairy.
You must have some.
You can have all my hair.
Armin and I don't have that problem.
I'll tell you what. My son is a myostatin freak. My son is the same shit. He's got hands like Lee. He's got hands like Lee. His calves are same size as Lee. I'll get a picture of my son's calves. They're this big. You don't even train him. He's the dude. He used to do deadlifting shows in the Army. But Lee's funny because he kept showing that stupid Superman thing that you gave him.
Oh, the Superman medal.
Look, this is a picture of Greg's son. He's on the NSA.
Hold on, let me follow that.
He goes, I'm not supposed to talk. He goes, he's not supposed to talk about it. But here, this is Greg's son. He's on the NSA. Don't tell nobody. Boy, what my balls were broken big time. But I love that because I know he loves you. When he he loves Jimmy. You know, him and Jimmy are very close. He breaks Jimmy's balls relentlessly, no matter what Jimmy.
Getting
trashed last night and embarrassing himself and everyone else in our group.
I'm not embarrassed.
You singing rap.
You're embarrassed.
Singing rap
All the time.
Crawling up dirty steps.
On his feet, on his hands and knees.
It just shows what
Out drinking Jimmy the Bull.
It shows what I go through to entertain you.
You do. And he didn't even go get another tattoo in all his drunkenness. So in honor of that, I will present you with the 2024 Lee Priest Original Tattoo Award.
Thank you.
This is in honor of the first tattoo you ever received. And you put this around your neck.
This means I'm qualified for the Olympia.
You are qualified for the Olympia. You've been reinstated as the IPB, and we knight you, Sir Lee Priest.
Tortured me with that fucking thing. He tortured me with that. He kept saying, "Look, this is a picture of Craig." He's fucking drunk. Oh, he tortured me with that. But you know he loves you. When he doesn't break your nuts. Jimmy couldn't do anything. If Jimmy wiped his nose, Jimmy, you're wiping your nose. Why are you wiping your nose, Jimmy? Do you cocaine? Jimmy, no matter what it is. If Jimmy scratches his head, Jimmy, you got flies, you got fleas. Jimmy will say it, and Jimmy laughs. It's the same way. You know what I mean?
It was such a good show because they had a little of everything. They had us on Friday night. At the show, they had 4 pro divisions: classic physique, men's physique, fitness, and figure. All great competitors. They had an amateur show that wasn't too big. It went pretty fast. Everything was right in the Renaissance Hotel. And I got news for you. That hotel was badass.
It was beautiful.
Fucking
great. We didn't have to leave the hotel. I mean, we did.
Oh,
but it was great.
That was
did leave the hotel. All you had to do was go across the street. Everything was there.
That shit was like going to one of them Vegas casinos. You didn't have to look at everything. The only thing is the gym
I
was.
highly recommend you come next year. She claims she's bringing us back. I don't doubt it.
Yes. And you know what's funny? I'm going again because that was a great.
Wow. Whack Pack Part 2.
I loved Alabama. Yes. I love her kids too.
Yeah, great kids.
My girlfriend was taking care of her daughter and her son.
Yeah, Channing came with us to the hot dog place.
Oh, she's a sweetheart.
Taking care of it,
I told
How
her.
about Michelle let her go?
Well, because my girlfriend was there to look out. Because you guys freaking.
No, I said I would take responsibility, but then your girlfriend took over duties. Once we got.
Because she knew that you were in way over your head.
She's 15. She's not 5, John.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? That kid is a smart kid. Both of those kids.
Yeah.
I told Channing. I said to Channing, I said, listen. Whatever you see these freaking guys, I said, whatever you do when you're older, don't date a bodybuilder. Date a nerd, because nerds run the world. Us bodybuilders were a bunch of momos. And Michelle's like, that's such bad advice. I'm like, Michelle, you don't want her to be with a bodybuilder. Look at this freaking you know what I mean?
No.
You don't want to date some guy like, oh shit, I can't get my testosterone. Oh shit, whatever. Tell her to date a nerd. The nerds, they rule the world, but their wives rule them. So your daughter will always be the boss. They'll run the world. Look at the Congress. They're all a bunch of nerds. Those were the guys that couldn't make it on a football team. Those were the guys that sat in the library. They were on the debate team in high school. The big quarterback who got the fucking cheerleader. He's the guy right now that's stuck like us, a bunch of fucking momos. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. Well, it was a great weekend. I really did have a really good time, and I'm glad all you guys were there. I got to hang out with you guys. It was like a reunion. It was like going to a high school reunion. It was better, actually. So,
well, it was weird though, because we all see each other here every week. So it was just seeing each other in person. It was not that big of a difference, to be honest.
Yeah, it was good. It was not like it.
It was very easy.
Just picked up where we left off.
Yeah.
I definitely felt that way,
Now, on July 11th through the 15th, Armand and I are going down to Puerto Vallarta to do stem cells. And that's
Hold on one second. Larry, do you want to text Dave something real quick?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Are we canceling the weekend? Is that what the text is about?
No, Larry will send it to you real quick.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, y'all text for a second, but Larry, me and Larry talked about it for a while. So, well, that's good. When's your next trip, Greg? Are you going to do the Olympia?
No, I did. I'd have to do it. Somebody paid. I ain't got the schedule for that stuff.
That's expensive.
I'm convinced, John, that Greg really has a ton of money in the bank.
Me too.
I think
I swear to God, he's got bags of money buried in the backyard.
If I do, get the shovel. If there's bags of money, I'm out there freaking digging.
Well, you dug. That's how you buried them.
No, I'd have to. It is. I would have to. I'd have to get my shit taken care of for me to go out there. And the other thing is, this show was different. There's something about this show. The people, everybody was cool. Olympia, it's like a lot of bullshit. A bunch of bodybuilders, everybody's walking around, get pumped just to do that show. You know what I mean? Like, this was a really nice show, and I don't know, I enjoyed it. One of the guys that is on Instagram with me, Tyler Smith. That kid looked amazing. So Tyler, if you're watching this, you look fucking amazing. Did you see that guy, Dave?
Tyler Johnson, you're talking about?
Tyler Smith.
Who's Tyler Smith?
He was unbelievable. He won I think he won the show. Google it. You see, the kid was.
His name was Tyler Johnson.
I think it's Smith.
Johnson.
No, let's Google that shit.
Smith Johnson.
Isn't it? Wait, Lucy, isn't it Tyler Smith?
Isn't Greg? Because Greg's so connected to the competitive.
Right. Greg is now the voice of bodybuilding.
Let's see who's right and who's wrong there, Mr. Palumbo. Tyler,
are you actually questioning my knowledge of bodybuilding?
It wasn't Tyler Johnson. That's not the guy. It was Tyler Smith.
The classic physique. What are you talking about?
No, this other guy. Go Google Tyler Smith. This guy was better than that. Tyler Smith. That's a different. This guy's. No, this
is Tyler Smith. There was only one division. What are you talking about?
Physique. He won the physique. The physique.
Men's physique, you mean?
Google a winner, Tyler Smith. Go look at that guy. He's big, tall, good-looking guy, ripped, that beautiful body.
Are you talking about the men's physique division?
Yeah, he's 42.
The board short division?
I think it might have been that. I'm not sure.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about yet.
Whoa. Google him. That guy. Watch his physique. Watch.
Oh, you're talking about the men's physique masters.
Yeah, but look what he looks like. That guy was.
He looks good. He looks good. I saw him. He's a tall guy too.
Dude, he's tall. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He's built, bro. He impressed the shit out of me in there.
Yeah. All right. Well, he won the Masters.
But Dave and I have a trip coming up, and we'll talk about it when we get back and all the details and all the cool stuff, and it'll be a surprise for everybody.
What do you do? What is the stem cells going to do? I need something to fix the hole in my arm and shit.
I have so many things that need to be fixed that I don't even know if it's fixable. Just kidding.
That's why I don't want to wear
stem cells are like a regenerative in nature. So they theoretically will find places that there's damage in your body, and they will attach that, and they will turn into those cells that require repair. So let's say you had damage from a previous heart attack. The stem cells theoretically would attach that area and become cardiac cells. If you had damage in like your hip joint, for instance, and maybe the cartilage was defective, it should grow back new cartilage. Now, whether it does that or not is still, I think is still open for debate. But it seems to be a really good anti-inflammatory. So a lot of people like Armand who have really bad back issues and pain, they get a lot of relief from that. I know Ronnie goes there every 6 months to this clinic and gets treatments just for the pain.
I mean, I hear people nonstop that it was the best thing they ever did. Hopefully that's our case. Even if I get 10% relief of pain, that will make my life dramatically better. Even 20%. I know you too, probably.
Yeah, I'm not in chronic pain, but I have the beginning of a couple little irritated areas, which I would like to catch before they get there, type of thing. Now, Greg, you had some questions for Larry, didn't you, about taking TRT shots?
Yes, I wanted to ask Larry one thing. Hold on one second, Larry. Yo, CH or whatever your name is, Celtic, C-Tel, whatever. You asked me, really? That impressed you? Yeah, you didn't fucking see the guy. He was big. It doesn't look big in that picture, but the guy's 6'3", and he's jacked. So you have no idea. He's big. He's wide, too. Anyway,
Greg, actually, did you give him an enema to help him out before the show?
Yeah, I wanted to. Listen, no, I wanted to ask Larry because I remember one time we were talking about, because I stick fucking oven roasters in me, when I get to I can't be bothered, but I wanted to ask Larry when he said, because he had said, Greg, I use the insulin needles, to do his shots. And I was just curious what gauge he used because anytime insulin's like a fucking fine little pin, you know what I mean? And what was the size and gauge?
They're 27 gauge half-inch long tips. The tips are half-inch, and they're 1 milliliter.
Yeah, that's what I used to.
But you can actually get oil in it, Larry. You can actually
get
27.
I put NPP in and test an anthate to probe, and you backfill it. So basically, you take the plunger out, and you take a regular syringe with a big 25 gauge, not what am I talking about, 18 gauge needle, and backfill the insulin syringe. So you basically put everything you want into the back of it, and then you put the little plunger in the back, let the air bubble go to the top, and push the air bubble out, and it's ready to go. And then
you're asking way too much of Greg. Greg, I take the 27 gauge insulin pen and I just draw up the whatever.
But then you dull the needle, and then it's harder.
It's a little bit, but it's not that bad though. It's not.
Yeah, but what I want to know is, Larry, to you, but I'm saying
this is the funniest thing. 27 gauge, 28 gauge, half-inch. You're talking to a guy who was reaming a freaking 18-inch gauge needle into his biceps, sucking pus out of it on video, and now you're having trepidations over 27.
Yeah, but what happens is over years of doing those big needles, because I did them, those regular 22 gauge 1.5 needles, you build up scar tissue. I had so much scar tissue in my ass that even deep tissue, that when I did deep tissue to try to remove that, it sounded like bubble wrap, like to breaking up the scar tissue. And it took 2 years of constant deep tissue every week to break that up.
Can I see it? Can I see your ass?
You don't see anything now, but I would stick a needle in there and it sounded like popcorn.
Oh shit!
Right,
because it's just scar tissue. So now I just use those little ones and put it in your shoulder, your tricep, and and it's like
And
nothing.
a half inch though, Larry. Aren't you afraid that's going to go under the skin?
No, it's 1/2 inch long.
That's what I'm saying. But you're not. I don't know.
I don't have any body fat on me, so like, where's it going to go under my like?
I see what you're
Like
saying.
where? It's like stick it right in my shoulder,
Okay. And
like in my rear delt,
okay.
or the tricep. Just stick it right back there.
Okay. I thought, I don't know. I thought like 1/2 inch. I would always be afraid. I see.
No,
If your delts are really lean, Greg, you can put a very small insulin pen and you could deliver a 1/2 cc up to a 1/2 cc of oil probably.
Right.
Maybe a whole cc.
It'd be fine. Yeah, you can probably do a whole cc, but
1/2 inch is not that short. It's fairly long. It's deep enough. It's in the muscle.
Wow, I didn't realize it because that shit's like when I do my insulin, I don't.
And it goes right through. It's not even a problem.
Oh, by the way, Larry, Lee Priest was doing a lot of impressions of you this past weekend.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I think we have to set him straight. Since he was ripping us apart, I gotta be honest and reveal that Lee was being a little disrespectful to you this weekend. So
I'll still be in Vegas at the Olympia.
there you go. Lee, you're gonna wind up in the hospital. That's all there is to it, right, John?
That's it. As long as the word hospital is involved, we're good. We're good.
Hold on, Mr. G said he's coming on. So talking about hospitals.
That's funny.
Yeah, Lee, when you get to the hospital, we're gonna take your kidneys out. We're gonna donate one of the flex, and we might give one to someone else. So
Lee goes to get kidney removed.
Larry's gonna actually take the kidney out himself. He's gonna reach right through your fucking back of your abdominal wall.
Yeah, but he's only harvesting the kidney. He's not going to install it.
Right. He's just taking it out.
He'll leave that for someone else.
Oh my God.
What else is going on? What's all the FOUAD drama and all the Nick drama?
Oh yeah. What did you think? What do you guys think about that? So Nick Trigilli blasting FOUAD over Sam Sulek leaving him, and then FOUAD putting up.
I'm the one that coined him the pimp. Let's just get that.
I spoke to John Bravo a couple days ago, and John claims that he's going to let out a video in a few days that's going to show kind of Sam's kind of like FOUAD's really not the bad guy. Basically, that's what I got out of that. That Sam's kind of not so innocent or whatever. That's what I got from it. So we'll see what.
Look, I said it right from the beginning. You don't have to like FOUAD or not. He's a business guy. He hired this kid. This kid signed a contract for a year to do certain things and get paid whatever he got paid, $2,000 a month and some commissions or whatever it was. And so no one put a gun to his head. So if he's signed a contract with FOUAD, then he's got to live up to the obligations, which he did. And I don't know why people are condemning FOUAD. Maybe if people think it wasn't a good contract, well, so what? He got the guy to sign it, and the guy signed it, and he worked for him.
I mean, I wouldn't have paid that guy more than $2,000 a month.
How is FOUAD going to make profit if he's giving this guy, $150,000 a year? He's not.
The kid doesn't need him. The kid doesn't.
I know, but Greg, at the time, he had about 300,000 followers at the time.
Right.
FOUAD didn't know if that was going to go up, go down. He took a chance with the kid.
Right.
And it looks like it benefited him, but how many kids are actually taking hostile supplements besides the stuff you had to buy? How many of those? Because the age group is from 15 to 18. I don't meet anybody that are fans of Sam really older than that, right? So how many of those people can really afford to buy that much supplements?
Except Joe Sabata. Joe Sabata's a fan too.
But how much did he really bring over revenue-wise, and is that going to continue?
Sabata went to see him in Jersey and bought some product.
I remember that.
Yeah, so.
No, Joe went to. He's not a fan at all of him. But the thing is,
well, why did he go there then?
Well, he goes to see what's going on at these places.
Well, if you wait 3 hours to see somebody, you're a fan.
3 hours in line to see him. He must be a fan.
Listen, but here's the thing: if Sam didn't need that guy, I still think. How do young kids? Oh, so now he's got this.
Why did he sign the contract then?
Listen, I'm going to give you your own answer. Listen to me. If all these young kids follow him, it's not like signing with that guy FOUAD, okay? And by the way, I coined the name the pimp. I'm the one that started all that, and he attacked me on it. So I want credit for that.
Why do you say he's a pimp if the kid signed a contract with him?
Because that's what he did. He thought he was pimping the kid out to the point where the kid was making only a little bit of scuttle while he was making all the money.
He signed the contract.
But that don't mean anything. You get starstruck. You start thinking like, holy shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
So if I sign someone to a good contract, in the middle, I should say, you know what? I took advantage of him. I'm going to double his salary.
No, you knew it when you're doing it. You knew it when you were doing it.
Then why did the kid sign it then?
Because he's a kid and he freaking figures, okay, I'm with this big pro bodybuilder.
I could have renegotiated the contract after it was
I'm not saying he needed to renegotiate, but the kid did his part. Now he's like, I'll fungal you.
Why be mad at him? They had a relationship. They had a business. The contract ended, and they should end on unless there was something behind the scenes.
No, I hear different things, but it's
what did you hear? Tell us what you heard.
You don't know what's true.
Tell us what you heard. I heard you gallbladder was removed.
I heard the kid's father got involved. Now I don't know.
How do you hear this stuff when you don't follow?
Is it true that he had his gallbladder removed?
I know people that I'm in with people.
All right, here I'm going to tell you what happened. What happened was, to Greg's point, Sam was a kid. All right, this seemed like a great opportunity at the time, and it
was a year ago, John. It wasn't 10 years ago.
I know, and he took the opportunity. It ran its course. Right. I think he may have come to the realization that FOUAD is maybe a little bit too controlling for his tastes. He let the contract run out, and he's not going to renew it. Right. Period. End of story.
But you're not going to tell me he got this influx of young kids, like Armand was saying, they're 21 years old, teenagers, and everything. You're not going to tell me he got them because FOUAD signed them to a contract. That's bullshit. That FOUAD doesn't have this fucking following. I'm sure of it. Because, bro, I don't even know FOUAD. You know, like I'm not even sure.
Why is that even important?
Why? What does it matter?
That contract.
The only relevant topic is that Sam Sulek did not renew his contract.
Right.
That's it.
Because he doesn't need
you want to speculate why? Okay, speculate why. But the bottom line is he's under no obligation to renew it. It ran its course. It was beneficial to both of them. I don't know why anybody is complaining about this.
I'm not complaining. I don't give two fucks. It's not putting
shit. I hired a front desk worker, a teenage girl last year, and her job was basically just like sign up members, and in between that, like clean up around the gym, pick up weights, whatever. And she got paid minimum wage plus commissions. And she did okay, but she made mistakes too. But then, like 8 months into it, she wants a pay raise. And I had told her, well, I wanted her to get a training certificate so she could become a personal trainer to make more money, but she didn't want to do that. But then she wants a pay raise. I'm like, well, you're not doing any extra work. You're not making any more money. You're not doing anything different.
Did you have a contract with her for a year?
No.
All right. So then she had the right to ask you for
She could ask me for a pay raise, but meanwhile, she didn't improve her performance. Nothing changed.
Right. She's not making any money for you.
So why do I have to give her a pay raise?
Contract, guys. Okay, Sam had 300,000 followers at the time. He was whatever 20 or 21 at the time. He got to be around some of the top bodybuilders in the world. Sam Dowda. Even you remember that video? Sam Dowda was like trying to hey, if you just train this way, you're going to make it. And Sam was kind of being like a little bit of asshole-ish to Samson, kind of like blowing like, dude, this is the top pro in the world that's giving you legit advice, and you're still going to keep training your kind of method. Like, if I had that at like that young of age, which I did, I was around certain people, like I met Dave around age 23. I soaked everything up like a sponge. Sam seems a little resistant to all that. Like, I'm going to do my own thing, and it might hurt him in the future. He might be successful. He might last one more year and fizzle out. He might have health problems, get an injury, and that's the done of it. So FOUAD couldn't bank on this kid paying him something crazy. That you got to prove yourself in that contract. Then if you negotiate, something the next year, that makes sense. And people, just because you're with a company and leave, it doesn't have to be like uncomfortable. I know a lot of people say FOUAD and he has trouble with the athletes. hey, maybe he requires a lot out of people, and a lot of, let's be real, a lot of the younger crowd today aren't willing to do as much work as people used to do. I mean, they really aren't. I mean,
and look, unless something went on behind the scenes that we don't know about, and Greg seems to have some inside information, we don't know where he got it from. Unless something went on that we're not aware of, they had a contract, the contract expired, and Sam decided he didn't want to renew with FOUAD. That's it. I don't know what everyone's making a big deal about.
He's going to go on his own, Dave. Why can't he go on his own?
Fucking ass.
He's got so many followers to go on his own. Let him go on.
I never said that like I care. I'm just telling you. I think the kid now outgrew his fucking old sneakers. You know what I'm saying?
Fine though, but so why is it controversial?
It's not controversial to me. I don't give two shits. It's the people on the internet.
Why are people thinking it's controversial?
I never made a post about it. I didn't put it up. I can give a rat's fucking ass. You know what's funny? I'm happy for the kid because the kid can now make all that all on his own. He's made his bones now. He can go call any supplement company. He can go to any fucking store or any of that shit.
He's having his own stuff he's making, which is my smart.
There you go. Even better.
I heard that you're making a new gallbladder support product. Is that true?
He should be able to make. Yeah, maybe somebody could grow a gallbladder in a Peachtree district.
No, I heard if you eat cow gallbladder, you can grow yours back.
You know, Greg had his gallbladder taken out. That's what we kept saying. Do you know Greg had his gallbladder out?
You know what?
Greg's daughter does MMA. She fights guys.
My son is NSA.
Greg had throat cancer and had to pull the wire out. This is the thing that Lee was saying the whole time we were asking.
Lee didn't fucking leave it.
That was fun.
Listen, I'm pissed off, guys.
Greg. John said Bravo said he read a bunch of texts before he called FOUAD, and then he called FOUAD and talked to FOUAD about the whole situation for a long time, and it's a lot more in depth than it seems right now. And he said he's doing a video next week, and who knows? It seemed like Sam was a lot more involved. You know, a lot of people's giving FOUAD a lot of shit, and I get it. If I was FOUAD, I'd be really annoyed too. You know, people just keep kind of pushing.
Yeah, but I didn't give him any shit. Listen, Armand, I never.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about everybody in general. Like, you took advantage of a kid, this and this and this. Like, it could be looked at either way. Like, you know, you take a contract. I think Sam benefited. He was around legit bodybuilders. This is a kid that's never competed, never did any media. And the thing is, when you say stuff like that about Sam, you have all these kids that attack you like, oh, you just hate Sam. You're just jealous. No one's jealous of Sam. Trust me. No, none of us or any other bodybuilders are jealous of Sam. We're stating the facts. He hasn't competed. He hasn't, you know, done anything really except videotape himself working out for an hour like every single day. And that's pretty it. That's going to get old eventually. Okay. I mean,
I'm just saying, I don't care for what. I don't have anything against FOUAD. I just think he's an angry human. You know, you never see the guy smile. Every time I see videos of him, he's like, you know, like this. You know, lighten up. Use Fiberlize or something.
Greg is like an M&M.
He's not Fiberlize. You know, I will say that. I got to say one thing. By the way,
inside soft.
Never give Mr. G your phone and tell him to video anything. We were on right before we left on Sunday. Greg, Lee, and I were training up in the gym, and I gave Mr. G the phone. I said, "Film us. We're gonna pose. We're gonna train." Mr. G, for 20 minutes, he's fucking filming us, and I'm like, "Let me see that video you just shot." It's his fucking finger.
No, his son
didn't make anything. Nothing.
His son said, "Hey, Dad, you know that you're not filming, right? You know that the camera's not on because he's standing there with the big red dot instead of, you know." And his son's.
I got so excited. I started yelling. Hey, Dave, did you clean your phone, Dave? Because what happened is a big piece of spit went on your phone.
I noticed it melted my lens. I had to get a new phone now. Your spit.
That drives me nuts when you get on your phone. Hey, videotape this, and then it's like, yeah, like what? You're like videotaping the wall. I'm doing leg extension.
I actually had Mr. G's son film us, so I do have footage. I haven't put it up yet. It's Greg.
I want to address something that Greg said.
Greg, me and Lee training together in the gym.
Greg
just always ask a young kid at the gym if you want something videotaped. Give to any young kid. That's they.
Yeah, they know what to do.
the light, everything. So
What did you say,
Press the
Larry?
wrong button. That's it.
Greg said something about FOUAD, that he's not friendly, he's not smiling, all this kind of thing. And I've heard this other people say the same sort of stuff. He's a business owner. He's a businessman. He's behind the scenes. He's not a politician. Why does he need to smile and kiss babies?
I'm not saying it, but in
All
public,
he needs to do is pay the people what he agrees to pay them.
Commenting on the fact that the guy is miserable.
they're smart. I see him at shows. He's angry, just always angry. He just seems angry. You know what I mean?
He's a little intense, but that's
I'm a
him.
business
That's
owner. I'm
him.
not angry.
Yeah, no, listen, I don't care. He could be angry all he wants. God bless you.
Maybe that's just the way he is. Maybe he's not angry. That's just how he is.
That's okay. He has no effect on my life.
Look, I had a member come to me in my gym and told me, like, you don't ever talk to me. You don't say hi to me when I come in. And I'm just like, and I have 500 freaking members and I'm working. I don't have time to stop and greet every single person at the front desk.
Just because someone, like Larry said, they're not smiling and laughing all the time doesn't mean they're in a bad mood. A lot of people think I'm too intense. Sometimes I'm like, they're like, do you have a problem? I'm like, I don't have a problem at all. Like, no, it's just like some people, like, how girls have resting bitch face. Like, a lot of guys like just look kind of intense and mean all the time. I've always got that. I'm like, no, I'm not mad at all.
I understand that, but you catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. That's all I'm going to tell you.
True. You're right. No, you're right, Greg.
If you walk around,
very social though, like, so we,
what's the Captain Protein MMA kitchen?
Greg, if I spent
That's
time,
my YouTube channel.
go ahead.
if I spent time greeting every member that came into the gym and having a conversation, that would be like my full-time job, and I would never get anything done.
It's not
that everybody would want to have a 30-minute conversation and talk about every problem they have and answer everything they want to do.
I used to avoid my members because certain ones are the talkers. You definitely.
When you had a gym, did you greet everyone?
About though, that's
I
not.
I always said hello to everybody.
You walk around like you're
Larry's right though, because they all want to say they know the owners. So that's a prestige thing. Like, yeah, I know the owner of the gym.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying when people even see you, if you look angry, you don't have to talk to people. But if you look like Christ, he's constipated.
Greg, when I'm on the gym floor, I talk to members. I say hi. I spot them. I give them tips and all this stuff. But when I'm in the office behind my computer trying to get work done, and somebody wants to come in and have a conversation for 40 minutes, I can't do that all the time because I need to get stuff done. Because I actually have work to get done. And I had a lady come in and ask me, she's not a member. She came in on a 7-day pass. She's not paying anything. 9:30 at night, I'm trying to finish up some work on the computer to get out of there. And she's telling me about her knee injury and this whatever. And I said, well, there's certain exercises you can do. And if you have to sign up, you'll get a free training session.
How do you get up?
We can teach you some stuff. She says, well, can you just show me right now? I'm like, it's 9:30 at night, and it's not like something I could show you in 5 minutes. Well, just show me right now. And I'm like, well, no, I can't. It's 9:30 at night. I'm trying to wrap up here. But again, if you become a member, you'll get a training session with a trainer, and they'll show you.
Right.
Then she calls me a week later, and she wants a deal on a membership, and she's asking me about training, but she can't afford the membership. I said, well, training costs money, right? And she's like, well, don't I just get that with a membership? I'm like, well, no, actually, trainers need to get paid. So it takes time, and it costs money.
A lot of people expect a lot,
Let me go I'm kind of bored with this topic.
I want to say something. Lee Priest just brought up a great point, though. Right. Lee Priest just brought up a great point, and I agree with him. I understand what you're saying, Larry. You're in the office, you're working, and somebody comes in and want to sit down and kiki with you. That's one thing. But Lee's saying when you're at a contest and you're greeting people, there's people coming and you're greeting them. You're at the Arnold Classic, you're at the Olympia, and you got this fucking face on like this. Come on, everybody get in line. No, you, get over there. You, get the fuck out of here. When you're like that, you deserve fucking people starting to bash you. Because I don't give a fuck. Dave, come on now. If you were selling species and you're at a fucking species. I'm
a very social guy. I greet everyone.
I understand what Larry's saying. You're in the office. That's one thing. Somebody's bugging you. But when you're out there and you're meeting and greeting people and you're standing there at your own supplement counter and you got this face looking like you haven't shit in 3 weeks and you're like nasty with people and telling people, hey, get in line. Let's go. Get in line. I'd be like, fuck you. Yeah, I wouldn't buy your product.
I gotta change this topic because because we're running out of time here. But what do you guys think? Have you guys seen this Hawk Tua video?
Who?
Yeah.
The only way to get over one is to get under another.
Oh, that's not.
Amen.
So you got a side piece.
Maybe I got 3. Maybe I got 7.
How many's on your roster?
That's the right one. Hold on.
What the hell what are you playing?
She got fired. I heard she got fired from her preschool job.
She did? I didn't even know she was a preschool teacher.
Well, what is this? What are you showing?
I heard.
A Hawk Tua girl. You haven't seen this video?
What's a Hawk Tua?
All right.
Everybody.
You pull it up. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Put on the sound, Sid.
The only way to get over one is get under another. Cobwebs off this thing.
Oh man. What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tua and spit on that thing. You get me?
And that's the video. The girl says,
Dude, you spit on my cock, I'll fucking kick you in your vagina. Fuck that.
That video is
what do you mean?
viral.
Like she's talking all aggressive. You grabbing your.
What's wrong with that? What's the problem?
That's what you're supposed to do.
That video went viral, John, like crazy.
What are we watching? Some girl just is
she's a school teacher.
It's like a viral video. It went crazy, you know.
What? Because some
She's a
fucking
school teacher, Dave.
ski hag is over there fucking saying she'll fucking spit on your dick. Guys like,
No,
what?
the way she said it, though.
Guys are masturbating to that video and shit. Yeah, pie.
No,
You know what I mean?
Greg, you're missing it. It's because the Hawk Tui, like that sound, like just how stupid stuff.
That's why it went viral, Ahmad?
Yeah, Hawk Tui.
That's how fucked up this world
I
is.
went viral. She's a school teacher.
I agree.
What?
I agree.
I agree. Number one is get under another. Cobwebs off this thing.
Don't miss. What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tua and spit on that thing. You get me?
How many's on your roster?
There's only one I want. I love you.
You gotta see all the remixes. Like they make like rap remixes. They made like all the remixes.
Dude, you gotta have no time. You gotta have too much time on your hands to watch shit like that.
She's like the new Sam Sulek now, this girl.
Dude, I wouldn't dude, let me tell you something. I'd tell her, get your fucking ass.
You would be all over that.
You realize what that girl has just done to herself?
She made herself
every single guy she ever fucks.
That's right.
I think she's married, John.
Tua, and if they don't do it, if she doesn't do it, they're gonna think there's something wrong.
Who the fuck you to spit on their dick, though?
Every single time that girl sucks a dick, she's gotta go.
Who wants you to spit on their dick? Who the fuck wants you to spit on their dick? Shut your mouth and put it in your mouth. Who the fuck? I don't need you to go. How about that?
No. Greg, you'll stick it in someone's rear end. That's
I'll
okay.
stick it right up her fucking ass and pull her by the hair.
That's okay. John, up the butt is fine, but she doesn't want to get spit on.
That's spam, ham in a can. If she was really, some guy sitting at home masturbating, hair pie, looking at that shit going, ooh, she said she's going to spit on my dick. She's going to spit on my dick.
Listen,
Greg, I
think you've lived a very sheltered life because I think there's nothing quite as nice as getting your dick spit on.
Nah, bro.
I think she's a pig personally, but
if the girl is willing to spit on your dick, that means she cares.
No, bullshit. It means she don't know what she's doing. She needs to shove that shit way the fuck down in her mouth and then take it up the ass. If you don't take it up the ass,
I'm really curious as to why you are so adamantly against getting your dick spit on.
Yeah.
Is there something behind there? Do we have to go back into your past and work on something?
Did she say that she wants to suck the dick? She should have said, I spit on that. And it go, she didn't say that.
It was a quick hit. It just went viral. That's the point.
Dave, I think there's some issues buried back
these
there.
fucking people have too much time in their hands watching that.
It must go back to when he got his gallbladder removed.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
I think Lee Priest spit on my gallbladder. But listen, but the thing is, who the fuck cares? You fucking pathetic men out there that get hard watching a girl say, I'm going to have to spit on your dick. I'll spit in your face and then push you.
I don't think it was the point of getting hot over it. I think it was just a funny, viral video that people are just laughing because of the way it came out of her mouth.
No, you have too much time on your hands.
Like I said, Dave, I'm noticing an extra amount of hostility coming out of Greg.
If she would have said she'd do that on his butt, he would have been all
Yeah,
into it.
I think there's maybe back in Greg's past, some girl said she was going to do that and she didn't. And,
Maybe some guy in like elementary school
and he's taken that with him all these years.
No. Boy, nobody spit on my. Just shut your fucking mouth. Fucking
a lot of hostility. You're right, John. A lot of hostility.
This is abnormal.
It's like a little skinny little white girl fucking pinched on.
That's because Lee teased him the whole 3 days. He's got to let it out.
Get a fucking Latina.
Talk about a girl getting her a tattoo. He doesn't go like that.
Get a Latina. That's what you need, a Latina. She'll be fucking taking that dick.
So you don't like it because she's like a blonde-haired, like Southern girl. Is that what it is?
Spooky forever.
How do you get over a breakup?
Only way to get over one is get under another.
Ooh, she said funny stuff.
What's one move in bed?
She's funny.
Crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck to it. Spit on that thing. You get me?
How many is on your roster?
There's only one I want. I love you, Pookie, forever.
Who's Pookie?
Come on.
I think, Greg, isn't that your nickname, Pookie, Greg?
No, my girlfriend calls me asshole because that puts me on. I don't want to be called Pookie. Pookie, yes, dear. Yes, little sugar plum. You know what I mean? Fuck that. My little flower. You know what I mean? Come spit on my dick.
I'm a little perplexed here, Dave. Any association of any kind of affection?
Yes.
Greg is getting very hostile.
Yeah, very hostile.
I'm curious about this because self-deprecating humor is one thing, but
Lee said Greg's sugar's low.
I just don't have a gallbladder.
Hey, let him order a hamburger.
Yeah, with no bun. I think you need the bun. Greg.
How many buns do you want with that?
I'll stick it in our buns.
With a little bit of ketchup on the side.
Dude, can you imagine spitting on a black dude's dick? He'd be like, bitch, what you just do? Bang, like this. Fuck that. How is that affection?
A black dude, what does that have to do anything with it?
Because they don't fucking play, bro. They want when they get down and dirty. You know what I'm saying?
How do you know?
Because I'm like that to myself, bro. When I'm in there with a boner, I'm in there and I'm like, okay, say hello to the bad guy. You know what I mean? Because to my big friend, I'm gonna stick that fucking tiny sausage in your mouth. You ain't spitting on it, you're eating it. I don't want you spit on. You're eating
very
it.
Hostile. Very hostile.
I never seen him like this.
Dude,
he must have had a very sensitive note with the spitting thing.
Other topics.
Some chick must have spit on him, John, or thrown up on him.
Oh, hey, John Bravo just posted that.
Tell a hot Latin chick, come spit on my dick.
John Bravo just posted his new video titled Sam Sulek Rob only paid $2,000 a month from Hostel and FOUAD Abiad exclusive.
Who wrote that?
John Bravo.
Johnny Bravo is just trying to get hits on his video, so of course he's going to make it.
Yeah, I love Johnny. Johnny Bravo's my boy.
That's the title. So that's what I guess they're saying. He only got $2,000 a month,
but that was the contract he signed.
I mean, didn't he agree to get paid? Didn't he agree to accept $2,000 a month?
Yes.
So then what's the fucking problem?
I don't know what everyone's getting all in arms about.
Jesus.
All it means is that FOUAD got a good deal. That's all.
Look at that title that Johnny's Bravo's got out. That he's got.
I got a good analogy. If you buy a house,
$2,000 a month.
If I buy a house for $400,000 and in a year it goes up to $800,000, and then I sell it, okay? Am I taking advantage of someone?
Or if you bought the house for $400,000 and a year later it's worth $200,000, are you going to stop paying your mortgage because it's a bad deal?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, a deal's a deal.
Johnny is legit. Johnny checks into all this shit. He does. So if Johnny says it, I believe it.
What's Johnny saying?
But he's saying that he's telling the truth. I don't think anyone is actually debating what the deal is here. People are just thinking that he got ripped off for $2,000 a month, but that was the deal he signed.
That's what he agreed to. Exactly.
Yeah. If it wasn't enough money, he got paid for that, and he got paid from his own channel. He got more people. He got more people to follow him. So I mean, it was all good.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And he agreed to it. He agreed to it.
He signed the contract. Exactly. What the hell's the problem?
You're a grown man. He's 20. I mean, he's 21.
Right.
Everybody, like,
Sid,
I'm sure
Sid is
Dave and John all had to make
correct.
decisions.
But he got to travel the country. He got to travel the country and meet other people, make connections. It's all about connections.
George, he was saying it like it was a bad thing. Sam was like,
great thing.
I was around the whole world. Like, that's a cool thing. You get to travel everywhere and see things. He
was going to connect him to people that he might not meet.
But I don't care if he made $5 or whatever.
When you're young, you could afford to have a contract that maybe you didn't get paid quite as much as you wanted to, because the exposure is the greatest pay you could possibly get.
Right. It's what my brother does all the time.
I just don't think he's like a normal kid that likes to travel and have fun and all that. I think he's probably introverted. And picture it, guys. Okay, you blow up when you're younger like that, and you've never competed, you never did. When I say real accomplishments, I'm not bashing the kid. I'm just saying a statement. He wasn't in magazines. He wasn't in any of that stuff. And so he's probably like, what the F is going on here? I have 1 million followers and I haven't even done anything. And that pressure is a lot on him too. You know, when you got all those people critiquing you, and you know, it's
maybe FOUAD will sign the Haktua girl. Hopefully she gets her. What do you think she's worth a month, John?
She ain't worth $5.
I would rather pay Sam $2,000 to keep plugging my company.
Well, yeah, but Sam's done with the contract, so now you got to go to someone else. Who's the next signer?
I guess I don't know. It depends on what.
What is the Haktua girl's Instagram? Does anyone know what it is?
Haktua.
Are you going to get her on the show next week?
On your roster?
I think she's too big for us, to be honest.
She deleted her account.
You're telling me that's
Oh, she did?
Is fucking what?
Yeah, I think the Haktua girl is too popular for us. I don't think we'd be able to afford her or get her.
How many followers does she have?
She said, "I'm going to spit on a guy's dick." That makes her fucking popular. Like the whole.
You know what is so, John? You know what's so funny about Greg? If I got her on the show, he would be schmoozing and charming her. He'd be texting her afterwards. He'd be like, I love this girl. She's the greatest. My girlfriend and I, we talk to her every night for 2 hours.
Yeah, the other guys are throwing you under the bus.
Yeah,
I guarantee you
he's such a phony.
I'm the only one.
Yeah, because she's a good guy.
She's a nice guy, but I would tell her, do you take it in the ass too?
No, he would invite her over to his house. He would be charming. He wouldn't be saying disrespectful stuff. He'd be like, Lee Haney ate at this dinner table. She wouldn't know who Lee Haney is.
I still got some
pasta in the refrigerator from the Lee Haney thing. By the way, I don't know if you know, Haktua girl, I got my gallbladder removed.
That's how he would start the conversation with her. He'd say,
"No,
I know you're the Haktua girl, and you got 3 million followers.
I would have Lee
come had my gallbladder
to meet my newly single friend." And Lee come over and say, "I want you to meet my newly single friend." And Lee would be in the back room smacking that ass and shit like that, going, "Hot to it, bitch."
Lee would like the Haktua girl. Yeah, absolutely.
No, Lee's happily married. Happily married.
Greg would be like praising her like she was the next president of the United States. He's such a phony. You love the hot girls that come on the show. You're such. When I had what's her name on, Sarah Piana, you were like, you hated her before she came on. You were like our best friend.
Now
that's his.
Can I say something? Sarah and I were talking on the. Sarah and I,
look, he's still talking there.
Listen, Sarah and I were talking afterwards on a thing, and Amin was still there because we didn't hang up, right? So Amin was still there, and Amin was like, "Do you tell me what kind of guys you like?" You know
what did he say?
He's real soft. Tell me what kind of guys.
I can't hear you. What did you say?
He was saying stuff like, "So, tell me what kind of guys you like. Do you like guys like myself?"
Oh, like he was trying to like score with her?
Holy shit! Amin, you're trying to fucking. He was asking all kinds of questions like, so, what, but her and I were just talking about anything.
You know what that reminds me of, Dave?
What?
You ever see the Family Guy one where Peter is at this fashion show and he's sitting in the front row and the models are coming in and he goes, "Oh, yeah, my name's Peter. What are you doing later?" You just keep hitting on all the models coming out down the runway.
No, but he was asking all those things. Do you only like bodybuilders? Like, what kind of guys do you like? Do you like guys like?
She's not going from Rich Piana to me. Yeah, that's right. That was the answer.
When Sarah came on here, I think Amin was like that. But Sarah came on and bashed Chris the whole time, right? And then,
now they're married, yeah. So
well, after that, she started messaging me on WhatsApp, telling me, I never knew all these things, and I'm like, she knew everything about him, and she was like, why? I was like, why are you lying to me? I've been around you on a regular basis, and then, they're just alike. They're perfect for each other. That's so. And even John Bravo was like, he was talking to her, no, dude, she's really sweet. She doesn't deserve that. I go, John, she's fooling you. Like, you don't know her personally. I know her, and she's just like him. They're perfect for each other.
Yeah. Here's where Lee is right now.
He's in an airplane.
Yeah. There's proof right there that the Earth is round right there.
No.
Good thing Jimmy's
not. He's not cheating on.
I was actually on what the hell is that guy's name? I was on a podcast last night, by the way. I'm trying to get. I gotta get the guy's name so I get it right. Hold on.
He just texted my girlfriend and he was showing us the plane in the view where the Earth is rounding. You know what I mean? And he said, "Don't tell Jimmy, but see, the Earth is rounding."
That's a simulation.
I know.
I was on the Alex Stein show. Have you seen this guy on YouTube? Alex Stein, his name. He's got about over 300,000.
Yeah, he's a political guy. Yeah.
I'll
Wait, Dave, no politics. Palumbo is on a political.
It was no. He was in. He wanted. He said he's fat. He wanted to lose some weight, so he had me on. Let me see if I can pull the thing up here.
I thought he was going to have you on talking about what they're going to jack up Biden on.
No. So it was all I talked. But he asked about Rich Piana and about Boston Lloyd. He was all. He obviously follows bodybuilding, this guy, but he's got a big following. He's got like 319,000 subscribers. And he had me on with one of these conspiracy theory guys. So I went on first, and then the conspiracy theory and the symbologist guy came on after. So we were on together for like about 5 minutes. And of course, they had to ask me, do you think the Earth is flat? I said, well, I said, I don't think all these rocket engineers who graduated from MIT and work for NASA are in on the gag. So yes, I think the Earth is round. I don't think it's flat. Sorry, But this guy, they were all into flat Earth, and they were into the symbology, with the
right
all-seeing eye. The whole Jimmy would have loved it hanging out with.
Oh my God!
But
no, he would have told them they're wrong.
No, he wouldn't. He would have agreed with them.
Oh, they're flat earthers?
They believe in all the conspiracy, everything. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
trying to find the thing that the guy was on. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I don't know where I don't know if they put the rebroadcast up yet. Oh, here it is.
My girlfriend's a flat chester.
Oh my God.
It's part of most professional sports.
He was asking about steroids and all that stuff, and he definitely followed bodybuilding. Hold on, let me put this up. Here it is. This was and the other guy was some guy Donut Factory. I don't know. He was some guy who did the conspiracy theory stuff.
It looks like your head shaved there, Dave.
Yeah, I think it was just the angle, but
no, because you were holding your head up.
I had my head up. For some reason, my camera
was.
The
Momo look. You should have the glasses on.
Yeah.
There you go. Not a boy.
Yeah.
Not a boy, George.
Anyway, so that's it. Lee is on his way back. Hopefully, everything will be okay when he gets home.
Yes.
As Lee would say, you never really know someone until they lose their gallbladder. That's truly. I really enjoyed this weekend. It was great. I spent the whole day Thursday with Lee. Lee and I alone, because you guys didn't come until Friday. And then I got Friday and Saturday and Sunday with you guys. So we had a great time. We had some great meals. We had a few, we had a lot of drinks. We had
and you were impressed with my legs. You were impressed with my legs.
I was. Well, I'm always impressed with your legs. Greg's got a good physique. For 63 years old, I was absolutely shocked at how good he looks still. And especially since he just had his gallbladder removed. That's amazing.
I didn't know that. What happened?
When did that happen?
I
didn't know that happened.
I don't know why I'm telling you about that gallbladder.
And he had throat cancer too.
Yeah, shit you find out on
that. He's got diabetes too. He doesn't eat the bread on the hamburger buns.
And it wasn't the goal. I was telling
and did you know he likes hamburgers without the bun?
Yeah, because he's got diabetes. He's got diabetes.
Yeah, sugar in the buns. I didn't want him to waste the fucking. I told him I don't want you to waste the bun. Just give it to me.
I have to thank Roland Huff and Michelle for bringing us out. They did a great job.
Yeah, thank you,
VIP
Michelle.
treatment. they get, you know how you go to the Oscars and they give you this little gift bag of all the stuff? She had gift bags for everyone.
Oh my God.
With watches and necklaces.
Yeah, look at this.
Batman rings and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Like $1,000 watches.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they were really. I mean, she really VIP all the way. I felt like a celebrity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not like the loser I am, but it was really good. And I know Lee had a ball. Even though Lee was breaking balls the whole weekend, he was in his. He was like a 12-year-old kid.
He had so much, because he was around his real friends.
He was right up, guys, and we were fucking.
That's
and
right.
He beat all of us. He got up earlier than every one of us. He was sitting upstairs at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God!
That's right.
Right?
You
go.
When you get divorced, you can move to South Florida. And you'll be free.
He was drunk out of his ass. He'd go to bed at like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. By 3, he's up to going to the gym. I'm like, holy shit!
I don't know how he did it. Yeah, the kid does not sleep. That's for sure. He does not sleep.
I don't know.
That is a 5-star hotel we were at. That was the best. Better than the Arnold. Better than the Olympia.
Yeah, that was a good hotel.
Unbelievable, unreal event.
Well, it was nice because it was all in one place too. So
the best part was me getting Lee to write the bills to Dave.
Yeah.
What was that room number? What was the room number?
721.
721, right.
Now,
721.
According to Michelle and
hysterical. Lee goes, "What's the number? 721." And then when Dave checked out, he had a whole shopping list.
We talked about that already. You're late to the party. Sorry,
He's like,
George.
"What's this?" I don't know. Lee told us to put 727 on all that stuff.
Funny.
So, according to Michelle and Roland, they're having us back next year. We're in the planning stages. So, Mr. G, get your thinking cap on. We got to come up with events to hold next year. I know a lot of the fans, now that they saw all the excitement and all the fun we had there, are going to want to go next year and hang out with us because it was a really good time. The airport there is so easy to get into. It's a small little airport. It's not a big deal. It was effortless the whole weekend. And you know what? If you really want to have a good time, the Arnold and the Olympia are great shows to go to, but there's too much going on. If you want to have quality time with us lunatics.
The Alabama show was way better. I'll go to that before I'd ever go to the fucking Arnold or the Olympia. And by the way, I just want to give a shout out to Mr. G's son, Sean, who's a great kid, and Fighting John, his boy Fighting John. So
Fighting John drove
us to the airport.
Mr. G's son's a good boy. I like that kid.
I drove the car the whole way. 10 hours straight, singing songs the whole way.
I can only imagine.
He said he never saw his wife before.
I'm driving with one hand, going like 95.
And Georgie, he said, I've been to 2 tours of Iraq, and I was never as scared as I was when Georgie was driving.
He got him there, though, John. He got him there.
Can you imagine 10 hours of hearing Mr. G singing songs and shit while you're like, get me out of your fucking car. He's on the airport. You can imagine that. You'd be like, get me out.
Why are you so blurry, John? I thought I was losing. I had to put my glasses on.
John, what's the matter? John, you're screwing up, John.
John, John did the hot too. John did the hot too on his fucking webcam.
It's time to end the show.
I'm going to zoom in on Greg. Take us out with a hot tua for the fans. Ready? Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Take it in the ass. Fuck that hot two stuff. There you go.
Mr. G, you want to do your outro?
Mr. G's take it out.
Do your outro. Greg blew his.
Yeah, I blew it.
He blew his outro. I'm not doing the hot two.
Get it?
Captain Protein. Follow us on YouTube. Captain Protein's MMA Kitchen. Captain Protein says, say your prayers, do your training, and you too could be part of the Whack Pack. Come next year and see us all there.
He's crazy. I love it.
He knocked his camera up. He's offline.
You got to admit one thing though, Dave. When he was doing a wrestling with Michelle's,
I love you, Pookie, forever.
How do you get over a breakup?
The only way to get over one is get under another. Cobwebs off this side.
Dave.
One move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck to it. Spit on that thing.
You know what's funny?
You gotta spit on that thing.
There's only one.
Give him a hot to
newly single.
We are out of here. Thanks for
single. That turns him on.
Next week. By the way, Greg got his gallbladder removed in case.
She did the hot too.